Right, so I'm going to give you a breakdown of how to set up a simulation. So you might pick 3 hard skills, you might just pick one. I'm going to give you an example. Ideally you want to put offensive dynamic and counter-offensive dynamic, because when it comes to the realms of scenario training, it all becomes counter-offensive. When you're preemptive in a simulation, you'll go in first, you're not getting any pressure. Pressure begins when you don't go first, so we get there quickly. Right? But first thing I'm going to show you is, all I'm going to implement from here is a solid preemptive strike. And we're going to work it from the best case scenario that it's one shot, man down. So I'm just going to show you the skill for that without any dialogue. Then I'm going to show you a continuous attack. It was necessary for me to hit him more than once. And then finally I'm going to show you how he gets the initiative first and he hits me and I'm forced to cover crash counter. So first you would need to know those skills: preemptive strike, continuous attack, default cover crash counter, which we've already covered. So the skills would look like, best case scenario, from here, it's a pre-threat cue, I know I need to strike, man down. As soon as man's down, I'll be looking at leaving. So, escape. Another might be, or more probable, is that I hit him once and he just staggers, but he's still on his feet, in which case I'll gain attachment, hit him as many times as necessary until he's down. Right? And the final one will be, maybe I missed his pre-threat cue, maybe I faltered slightly because I was nervous and I didn't get the chance to preempt, and he throws that big ball at my head, and there's a need to cover, and you're not to get knocked down. So of course now, this is that, boom, pick it on around, put in 1, 2 knees, and we're going to snatch him to the floor or into the wall. As we'll see. The skills you need to isolate first, that's one example, could be any formulation of any skill set you want. Isolate the strike that you'll be employing, isolate a follow-up to it, and isolate a contingency plan in case you don't get to do it. Right, so you would drill each of those skills that way. So I'll just show a couple of those. So see what you saw just then is moving into the realms of a PADCOM drill, whereby instead of just hitting the pad statically, there was an interaction between both of us, and I was sure to transition from hitting the pads to grabbing him and physically manhandling him into the wall, and then he presented me a target to follow up. Now we're moving into the realms of PADCOM, where I'm using the resource of the pads and the entire feeder, right? In which case now, that's when you want to add a groin guard and also some headgear, particularly one that starts to get into full swing. If you're using any cover crash counter drills, you want to also protect your chest area. Now, we're going to do the simulations that you've just seen. Now, you can do them with pads. He's not feeding me pad target, but he could hit me with the pad, or you could progress to boxing gloves, or quickly we like to use MMA gloves. All right? Because if the student, combative trainee, was not efficient in response, he wasn't aggressive enough, he didn't move forward, he didn't hit hard enough, he just flailed, he would then dominate, in which case forcing you to branch and do something else. So the idea of simulation is you keep it quick and clinical to the way it should be, but if anything goes wrong, you fucking ad lib, because he won't stop until you stop him. So that's the idea. But for this, we're using MMA gloves. So the first example now is going to incorporate dialogue. We're going to use the theme of, I'm at a bar, he's come out of the restroom, he's angry about something, and he's immediately threatful. In which case, preemptive strike is going to deal with the situation in this case. We're going to quickly progress that to, it will fail. The preemptive strike wasn't enough, in which case there was a need to continue. And then finally, I don't get the chance to be preemptive at all. He goes first. Understand we're isolating segments of a potential simulation. When it becomes a scenario, it's absolutely spontaneous. All right.
Where's my fucking drink?
What?
Hey mate, that's my fucking drink.
That's my drink, mate.
No mate, I just fucking went to the toilet, mate. What's your
No, just, I don't know you, bud.
That's my fucking drink, you fucking prick! Where's the drink?
Sorry.
Where's my drink?
I don't want you to drink it.
Mate, I just fucking been to the toilet, mate.
It's nice for you, mate. I drink fucking drink. It's my drink.
Nah, mate, that's fucking my drink. It's fucking Guinness. No fuck.
Have it. You wouldn't have it.
What?
Have the drink. It's my drink, but you can have it if you say it.
Why are you getting your fucking nerve, mate? Put your fucking hands down, you fucking. Put your fucking. Oh, is that my drink?
I got a drink, mate.
What? That's my fucking drink, mate.
Take it. Have it.
That's my fucking drink! That's my drink.
Touch your drink, bud.
That's my fucking drink.
Right, that ain't my drink. You have it.
No, that's my drink, mate. What are you put your fucking hands up for?
Just going to reiterate that to you once more. So, skill set is going to require 2 or 3 hard skills. You're going to isolate them, then show them the dialogue, and then put them in simulation. So, isolate the skill set from here. Isolating palm attach, hammer, hammer, elbow. Proactive, blitzkrieg. Then, from this position, side on, he's going to throw a shot, cover crash, counter, using a PADCOM dynamic, Padman with kick. Okay. Isolate those 2 skills first, rep them out, get familiar, cut the neural pathway. Then do the same thing, add some dialogue, and then finally take it into simulation. Right. So I isolate the first part for you with dialogue. Where's my fucking drink, mate?
Sorry?
The fucking drink, cunt! Fuck you dead!
I haven't touched your drink, mate. I've been talking to my friend.
Well, it was there, though.
I don't know, mate. I don't know.
Where the fuck was there? Where the fuck's he gone then?
I have no idea, mate.
Where the fuck has he gone, you cunt? Good. So you see the action of just adding script, theme, roleplay, and aggressive dialogue. You took the previously static drill where you're enhancing the skill by the attributes into a skill how you would intend to use it, and is now bringing in more likely how you're going to feel that trepidation. So like I said, you could really work with the environment here. You could use a bar or a pub, as you'll see, and you could have good role players with strategic roles. This is a simulation. He knows what's going to happen. He's going to have to proactively deal with one, then reactively deal with the second. That's what he's going to have to do. And he's going to have to do that within the context of, he's at a bar, someone's kicked off, forced him to put them down, and then his mates intervening, secondary threats coming into the fray. And the difference now, he's running dialogue, role play. Nobody's waiting for you to throw a shot, they're going to fucking launch. And if your shot's not good enough, they're going to keep moving, keep continuing, keep the pressure up. Right? So, the role play and the dialogue, just to that pad drill alone, you're upping the stress somewhat. So now the example of a couple of crash counter, no dialogue, just do the skill. Down, good, and then he wouldn't make his escape. Always formulate the game plan into all your drills. Last thing you should do, as soon as you can get gone, get gone. Don't be there. Right. We'd isolate that 2 or 3 times so you know what page he's on. Chances are there's no dialogue from him in the context of how he's going to come in and hit him, because he's just put me down on the floor. You can see that I'm getting a beating and he's just going to run in raining bombs. Right? So I'm going to put it into simulation. Now. Give me a drink.
Sorry?
Give me a drink. Give me a drink.
No idea, mate. This is my drink here.
What?
No idea.
What?
I don't know what your problem is, mate.
Problem? You said about a problem. What are you making a problem?
I'm
What's the fucking problem?
No.
Where's my drink, cunt?
I mean, this is mine.
Where's my fucking drink? What did that look like? How long did each of that take? As soon as you got motor in, 3 to 5 seconds. 3 to 5 seconds, 3 to 5 seconds. That's how long real situations take. even though he was forced to become counter-offensive here. With me, he went first and kept going, so there was no recovery. And you've got to give realistic feedback. So he can fucking hit, and any one of those shots could have concussively knocked you out, and it certainly would have hit you first from the deceptive passive framework he was working from. Because he went from, I don't want any trouble, be cool, to that alley cat mental attitude and blink. That's what I'm talking about. So that's a good example of blitzkrieg. Here, big shot coming at his head, where if you're in a situation like that where you just beat somebody down, good chance you're tunnel visioned. So the only intel you're going to get is either the auditory sound he made as he come running in, maybe scuffing feet, maybe shouts, or catching something in the corner of your eye that tells you something is coming at your head real fast. What you're not going to have inside of that moment is the opportunity to analyse what, and then select said response and then implement it. So you need that non-diagnostic, one-size t-shirt fits all, oh shit, cover my head framework. And then from there, counter-respond, put the threat down and get gone. So that's a good example of how a simulation can be built. Isolate skills, rep them out. Add dialogue, role play, add script, theme, then non-compliancy. This is a simulation. Difference would be a scenario. So after you've got some simulations under your belt, you're familiar with adrenaline, you're familiar with aggression therapy. So aggression therapy would be a drill where there's two people. One's role is just to keep his hands up in a non-violent posture, keep moving, keep aware of the situation. The other guy's purpose is to just go ape shit, threatening, being extremely aggressive. Rather than slapping the hands down, he's not going to do anything to you in the physical sense. The purpose of the drill is to get a degree of desensitization or inoculation to somebody being hyper fucking aggressive. And it's also a good psychological detox for the person that's doing it. But once you get familiarity with roleplay, aggressive dialogue, and etc., profanity, all the things that are going to be present, you become more desensitized to them. So initially, if a situation started for you with this verbal interview that was becoming aggressive, you've been hit before. And now, under those conditions, as it raises the trepidation, because you might get to the point in scenario training you don't know what's going to come out, now you develop that mushin, that no mind, where you don't problem solve in your head, you just stay cool, keep the heart rate low, and know that you can do it. And what comes out, comes out. So scenario training would be, I put you in an environment, you don't know what's going to happen, and you must function effectively, as well as state manage. So I might put you in a situation where it's necessary to you to fight to a level 10, and I might put you in a situation where there's absolutely no need at all. You could have verbally de-escalated. It's up to you to see it. And I also want you to be able to manage your emotional state and recognise when the subject is down and it's done, because all this is about is doing enough to facilitate your escape. It's not about retribution or teaching him a lesson.